Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Patrick Queen on the
end result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 29, Jones, and finding the tight end Hooper. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 3rd and 2, Jones. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They give it off here to the tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. From the gun, Jones. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
Quez Watkins. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
For the
well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
5-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's brought down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 40-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Taken down at the
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. First down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
The tackle by
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Madubuike. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
At the 27-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Score Browns 7, Ravens nothing.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's good.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10 Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly. And that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Brings up 4th and goal.
On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jones on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He finds Beckham, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. From the gun, Jones gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. That one is caught by Hunt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A little juke, broken tackle, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Jones, and he completes it to Hunt.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Jones now to throw on third down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. From the gun, Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
Second and 8 at the Ravens' 35-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Jones, it's caught over the middle. Hooper.
Complete.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now it's Hunt, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Sam Sloman is on. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over to spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now Jackson on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
54,
Jackson on first down. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And it's 3rd and 4. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw again is Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Complete.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Check 26, check 26. Hey, one set.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 8 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front.
Jason Myers for the
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Spins by. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Intended for Odell Beckham. Incomplete. Marlon Humphrey.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A final shot before break. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And 2.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jones. And it's complete. Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Off the play fake, Jones. He's got Hooper on the short connection, and he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He completes this into the hands of Miller. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Jones keeps it himself.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. This is Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Browns first down.
They run with Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Jones. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Intercepted by the Browns.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league. And you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Jones. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Jones.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
Ball carrier.
That'll go as a pickup of 8.
On the tackle. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Cleveland.
From the gun, Jones. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Ball carrier.
Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They run again with Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On for the field goal. 25.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Right there, 54, right there, 52.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, middle. Check 15.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they'll run the option to start the drive. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the 1st level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
On the keeper, it's Jones.
On third down, here's Hunt. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Quez Watkins
With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
The score, Browns 20, Ravens 17.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Out to his left. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
At the 29-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Here's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Gregory. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
7 at the Browns' 11-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Jackson to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now there's the timeout, signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime.
Myers on for the field goal, a 23-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that's going to tie things at 20. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
On first down, Dobbins. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. Down to the 25.
The ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Pick it up. It's out of time. Let's get off the field.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll go again with Dobbins. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
11-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Back, back, back.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Right there.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chip in. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Baltimore, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns,